so-called, problems, it means that even if the new securities now are issued at 10, your bond is 27. So you have value. Okay, so you are catered, 4. Can move as I go towards my conclusion, so I will do more questions. So just this one. Yeah. So if you want, the first thing is just to open up an account. And there's, when you go to the Bank of Zambia website, there's an investor portal where you need you create your login details. The only things that you need a bank account in Zambia, because that's where the money will be paid. If it's a bond every 6 months, your NRC, your phone numbers, your TPIN. So simple documentation you do, and when you move to the next one,
they're asking what is the TPN, or maybe we'll come later to the question.
So TPN, you get it. It's a taxpayer, identity. So from ZRA. So and it's a very simple, process. If you go to the ZRA website, you do it. It's almost like those days. I think when I was doing it, it was almost like instant. You do it online, they give you that tipping, because to open a bank account, you need that tipping and so on. Yeah. So it's something, if you don't have, just have it, even before, you decide to invest. Now, most of us, so there are 2 types, of investments. If you have big money, you have capacity, then you can do competitive, bidding. So where if government says we need to raise 10 billion kwacha, so you say, okay, I can give you 2 billion kwacha for 30%. Someone will say 2 billion kwacha, okay, for 25%, and so on and so forth. So the Bank of Zambia will just rank. So beginning with the one that is offering the smallest interest, okay, until the 10 billion is exhausted. So, and that's, the rate that will apply to the rest of us that want to invest on a non-competitive. So within our investor portal there, we just go in. There's this calendar, which is, so this one is up to June. So another one will be issued now. So the last, tender was on the 24th of May. The next one is coming on Friday, 21st June. In fact, if you just want to try it, start small. So even with the minimum is 1,000, kwacha. So that you start, building that confidence, bit by bit. Someone was telling me, oh, it's Pastor Biet, but at 20 kwacha now, because of where the rate is, at 20 pounds here. Okay, so you might find the 20 pounds that we can easily, waste. Yeah. So sometimes, small, even a small child says, but that's just 10 pounds. That's a lot of money. Yeah. So you find that, small amounts, you can start on this, journey of investing. This is money that is assured. There's no headache. It's risk, free. So the next one is for the government bonds is on 21st of June. For treasury bills, it's on the 27th of June. Then a new calendar is always, posted on the Bank of Zambia website. Okay, so that's good. Okay, we can move. Just concluding. So I won't say much, in terms of, because another hat I wear, I sit on the board of the Lusaka Stock Exchange. Okay, so people have got different reasons why they want to invest, and it's going to the verse about spreading our wings, creating a portfolio. So and for some reasons, the ones that really are active in the stock market are foreigners. Very few of us, locals, because a share, it's just part ownership. So most of us want to have a company, 100% of the company, which is just a share. It's just in our head. I want it, it's my, I've got a company. There's a colleague who, he died, but because he was talking big. So his family came and said, no, this man had companies. So the document could be in the office. So they asked me, I was asked to check the drawers and so on. Yeah. So he was creating all this. When the idea comes, he goes to Parkland, open up a company. But they were share companies, no activity and so on. So, and he has 100% ownership, but revenue, 0. So why not have 1% in CEC, okay, Zambia sugar, okay, Chilanga, cement, and so on and so forth? Yes. In fact, on the stock exchange, you can do shares, so which are part ownership in a company, or they are corporate bonds. Okay, so some of the bonds, like Bedford, for example, they would issue a corporate bond because they want to raise money. It all depends on your risk, attitude. So if you are still, the blood is running, you can take risks because these are private bonds. Okay? The worst case that can happen is that that company that issued the bond is gone. Yeah. In fact, just a few weeks ago, a month ago, CEC issued the first green bond in Zambia. What's a green bond? Just to raise money to do, clean energy, solar. Okay, so, and everybody knows that the capacity, for energy in Zambia is very high. Yeah. Zambia has not yet issued a diaspora bond. Other countries like Ethiopia, Kenya, Ghana, they've done it. So, and they've asked, their citizens, come participate. Okay, we issue this bond open to the people in the diaspora. In Ethiopia, part of the money went to build the big dam. I'm sure
Dam
you've
for
seen
the water, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's so special to participate, not for free. Okay, I'm helping my country, invest in capacity, to create electricity and so on. But I'll be paid at the end of the day. The interest is good, and its government is not going to, default. So there's ways in which we can. So at the stock exchange, if you want, to invest in shares, the only thing is that shares normally, if the amount is small and you are looking for, dividend revenue, it might, disappoint you because the check will come, maybe it's a few quarters, okay? But the ones that invest, big in shares, their dividends, because every year they'll get, a good dividend. And to do that, okay, you can ask for advice. We'll link you up to Lusaka Securities Exchange. They'll give you a list of brokers. Brokers are people that will help you. You have to pay. Pastor Nkole says, one thing, Zambians want is free knowledge. Okay? We don't want to pay for the knowledge. Yes. Okay? But how else do you get, rich if you don't? Because to get rich, you must, spend some money, invest. Because when you sit down with a broker, he's more specific. You can ask all the questions. He'll ask you. So in terms of an investment, are you looking for regular, income, or are you looking for, for the future, so that if this company, expands, like I'm looking at CEC now, they want to do solar. So when CEC becomes bigger, my 1% is also
going to grow.
To grow. Okay. So you may your reason could be investing, okay, for long term, which is the future. So when I decide to sell the share which I paid for 1 kwacha, now it's 20 kwacha. A few people do this, and stories, spread. I remember when Airtel was listing in Zambia, within a week or so, the price went up, I think, 3 or 4 times. So some people invested like 100,000 kwacha. So when it was 3 times, they sold the shares and they made 300,000 kwacha. Others thought maybe let me wait until it's 5 times, then I'll sell. So, but then it went down. So that's why you really need to talk to the broker. So we have currently about 22 companies on the securities exchange. Most of these companies, sadly, are the ones that were part of the privatization. The former parastatals now are private companies. But there are also corporate bonds. Like the CEC one, the green bond, it's a corporate bond. So the distinction is a government bond, which is risk-free. A corporate bond has some element of risk. Okay? So, but as long as we don't put all our eggs in one tray, we're fine. Okay? So let's spread the risk. You can ask, questions on shares, on bonds, as I said, I think one more slide. And that's, ultimately where we want to go. We enjoy, like for us, we enjoy traveling. So whenever we have an opportunity, we want, to go out, sometimes with the children, sometimes just the 2 of us. We go to a game park and spend 5 days, no phones. Let's go to Israel as tourists. Let's go to Dubai. Okay, so and for retirement, we're looking at that place where we just ourselves and we just want to enjoy and do things, sit, okay, at our place. I used to go to Chaminuka those days when Mr. Sadanis was still alive, and in his old age, he was staying at Chaminuka there. Guests are coming and is chatting. One time, I was just with my wife and Mr. and Mrs. Sadanis. I think that evening it was just, and there's so many stories that the man had in terms of business in Zambia and so on. So you enjoy. So you can retire, be in that place. Your retirement home becoming a business, center. People, you are enjoying retirement. People are bringing money.
Wow.
Retirement. And then finally, as you think of investments, it's also skills. Okay? In the UK here, we've got so many opportunities. She talked of construction, an area that we've really suffered in Zambia. If you've been in building, okay, at one point, tiling, the ceilings, the tiling, the roofing, it was Zimbabweans that were doing it, for us. You could wait for 6 months for this Zimbabwean guy because these guys are ethical when they do their work and it is, neat. A few Zambians have, joined, but they don't keep their word. Okay, they'll croak you and do all sorts of things. So we have, a few contractors. They will take, the 30%, mobilization, 30% from 5 people. For 1 year, you are just waiting for this guy to come on site. Sometimes when you pressure them, they send, the boys, okay, who come and mess up. When another one comes, say, no, this is not how it should be done. So you find that if you have an opportunity, learn a skill. Go to a trade school and, do, maybe interior design, maybe, building just, for the knowledge so that you can control the quality. Labor in Zambia is cheap. Yeah. So you have all these guys with, skills, but what you need is, to guide them. So if they're installing a kitchen, you are there, you give your instructions, the quality, the measures, and so on. I'm telling you, you'll never go wrong. We were paying, so much money to the Lebanese just to do. My wife wanted a kitchen, to be done. She had no choice but to go to these, Lebanese who are controlling, the market, because yet there are, so many others, but you find they're busy and they'll tell you, okay, give us 3 months. Okay, we've got so many orders and so on. So whether it's, plumbing, it's carpentry, whatever, skill that, you can do, it's for now, just, it's just something because I can just go there and it's my pastime. Rather than, spending all the time on WhatsApp to get negativity, why not invest in a skill that it can help you make money? Yes. Because you have experienced the quality here. There's nothing like it. Why have you seen even, just the corners? And go and, similar building in Zambia, just start looking in the corners. Why should it be, that? I was asking, a builder, the roofing, this Eastern guy, appeal. But appeal, why? He bends so. Okay, but boss, get different instead.